Hey, you have the power to solve an infamous cold case in St. Louis, Missouri that occurred in 1983 with just a few simple clicks. The St. Louis Jane Doe case. I'm currently submitting my ancestry DNA data to GED Match to see if I'm a potential relative to any unidentified victims of crimes. It only took me a minute, and I will show you the short, easy steps at the end of this video. Dive into the rabbit hole that is the St. Louis Jane Doe case. An unidentified body of a girl between the ages of 8 and 11 was discovered in the basement of an abandoned Clemens Avenue apartment building on February 28, 1983. The girl was sexually assaulted, brutally murdered, likely from strangulation, and had her head severed from her body. The head was never found. Absolutely awful, awful crime. She had her hands tied behind her back with a red and white nylon rope, and she was wearing a yellow sweater. The Missouri Botanical Garden performed tests and determined that she had been killed within 5 days of her discovery. Over the years, the mystery has haunted the St. Louis area with no answers to be found. After 10 months of her discovery and no one claiming the body, they buried her now in the abandoned Washington Park Cemetery. The headstone was left blank for her name to be carved in one day when she's identified. Look at the sad scene with the chairs left open for the family that wasn't present. The twists and turns of this case are a roller coaster. At one point, the police sent her sweater to a psychic in Florida, hoping she would have some insight, but the sweater was never returned and is presumed to have been lost in the mail. In 2009, they decided to exhume the body to do more modern-day testing, but they could not find it. The records of the cemetery were so bad, they had put the headstone in the wrong spot. 3 other bodies were found in its place that were not her. In 2013, they finally found the body and did isotope testing on her bones. St. Louis Post-Dispatch claimed she was from these southern states, while the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children said she was from these Midwestern, Mid-Atlantic states. I don't know which one to believe. St. Louis Jane Doe was reburied at the prestigious Calvary Cemetery in northern St. Louis, in a section called the Garden of Innocence. The cemetery named her precious hope for the burial. So how does this case get solved? You guys. You can submit your DNA from popular DNA testing sites like Ancestry DNA, 23andMe, Living DNA, MyHeritage, and TellMeGen over to GED Match so that you can be matched as a possible relative of the St. Louis Jane Doe. The steps are located at gedmatch.com. Click Education, click How to Upload, and then click your DNA website. Here's me submitting my Ancestry DNA. This is how the case gets solved. If you are a match, the police can follow a family tree backwards and then down a separate branch that identifies the family of the St. Louis Jane Doe. A recent documentary about solving the Jane Doe case with DNA said it could likely be solved if they just had access to big DNA databases like Ancestry.com and 23andMe. Please take a few minutes it takes to submit your DNA results, spread the word, let family, friends, coworkers know how easy it is to help out. I truly believe that if enough people participate in trying to solve this case, we can get closure to one of the worst crimes that has happened in our city. Drop a comment letting me know if you submitted your results. I hope it will encourage others to submit as well. Please subscribe for more updates on the case.